Welcome back. Round 3 coming back with me, sorry. Jimbo's back out watching Magic rather than in the booth. He escaped the booth.
He escaped.
So I'm back here. We've got some more Magic coming up, more players. 3 rounds now. This is the 3rd round out of 6 rounds today?
Probably
I
6.
think
We've
6.
got 45.
45 places, 6 rounds. Heaps
Or
of
a top.
Magic. Yeah,
So strap in, folks.
lots of Magic coming.
Not even halfway there yet.
Our players, we've got a couple different decks.
Got some interesting ones.
Something a little bit different. We've got Christopher O'Brien. I believe he's on Goblins.
On goblins.
Goblin.
On goblinos.
Classic. Recently buffed by Morwen, actually. There's a few
Yes.
new Goblins that are quite good.
Hexing Squelcher, one that comes to mind.
Yes.
Loris Companion for Braden because we are on Mardu.
We are on Manu Luris.
Mighty Mardu.
Cheap, aggressive, red, white, and black creatures, and the best interaction in the game.
Indeed. It always seems to be the eternal question. Mardu Grixis, white or blue. Sometimes Jug joins the conversation and says, have you considered green?
Manu tends to lean a little bit more aggressive in general. So, and Luris really leaning into that. Just all the best 1 and 2 drops. We're not playing any of the expensive cards. We're not playing any 3 drops. Just get you dead real fast.
Look, the best kind of removal is player removal. It has been said before.
Yeah. Best removal spell in the game, Price of Progress. Because sometimes it's a twofer. Sometimes it kills both players.
Sometimes it is a twofer.
Looks like a mulligan there for Christopher. Goblin's very much a synergy deck though, looking for a really fast start. So can recover quite well from mulligans actually. You know, you Goblin Lackey on turn 1 and then you put in some giant goblin like a Muxus on turn 2. Who cares that you mulliganed? I only need 3 cards.
Doesn't
Mountain
even
Goblin
matter.
Lackey Muxus.
Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And I do see a Hexing Squelcher in Chris's deck as well as Grub's Command.
Yep. I know some of the modes on that card. That's for sure. We really threw Jimbo in the deep end last round with Mono Blue Tron against Black White Soul Sisters. Obviously, a few cards we had to look up there. Got to play the coverage game of what is that card? Well, it costs this much mana. It's blue.
Hey, I think I did pretty well, all things considered.
I think you did very well, actually. There are a lot of cards I didn't recognize. I was having to read over the player's shoulders.
He's leaning over like, excuse me guys, just 1 second. I'm just curious about what that says right there.
At least the cards were in English, you know? It could be worse.
Polluted Delta, and then Urza's Bobble for Braden. Says, I would like to look at what's in your hand.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice.
It's a broadside bombardier is revealed. Bomba.
Excellent.
I love broadside bombardiers.
It's a really powerful Goblin.
Goblin
Also just a really powerful card, but goes with Goblins.
goes with
Say
Goblin.
Goblin, so-
Raucous Theater. Surveil.
Yep. The Bauble costs really nice. Eventually, if Braden gets around to buying his Luris, basically lets you draw a card, an extra card a turn for free.
That's very nice.
Yep, a little bit of hand
Enjoy
information
that.
as well. It is always funny. Some cards are much more valuable to know about. Like when you see your opponent's days, it makes a big difference.
And Braden already preemptively has taken that top card off of the deck for the Urza's Bobble draw.
Yep. Get a little bit deeper in the deck, draw some cards. Very nice.
We're just gonna flip our names around as well. We put Braden on the bottom, and it looks like he's on goblins. He is not. Whoa, that's a Lorwyn Eclipsed card, if I've ever seen one.
It sure is. Which one is that, Kira?
That's an
There are
incredibly
so many.
good question.
So many new cards.
That's a good question. If I had to take a guess, which this is actually one that I think I'm not.
This is a gold
confident
card. It's a red black gold card. So this looks
a
like
red-
to me.
Oh,
Boggart
Boggart Cursecrafter. There we go.
No, not for you.
Boggart Cursecrafter. It's a 2-mana, 2/3 with Death Touch, and whenever another goblin you control dies, this creature deals 1 damage to each.
It's a little bit of reach. Also, I like that Magic now, we just get 2-mana, 2/3s with abilities.
Yeah. Power creep. It's not real and it can't hurt you, I swear.
Sure, we'll go with that.
It's very real and it can hurt you.
But this is really good with, as well as just being a pretty good on-rate goblin. Low synergies, goblins dying. You ever seen this with a Sling Gang Lieutenant? 2 damage per, just throw a goblin, deal 2. Really powerful.
Also seems pretty decent with Broadside Bombardiers. Thoughts? My goodness gracious. We got Boggart Trawler, Broadside Bombardier.
Goblin Recruiter? That's the big scary one
Yeah.
on the left, and then another goblin.
And then Goblin.
I'm guessing it's a goblin.
You know what? It looks like one. If I was a... It's not Goblin Lackey.
No, that looks like a new goblin.
New-ish Goblin.
Really tricky here for Braden though, because Bombardiers is going to start doing a low damage. But letting your opponent cast Goblin Recruiter is always risky. Because this is probably the most complicated card to resolve in the format. Because tutor any number of goblins. There's a lot of goblins in Chris's deck.
Yeah.
So a lot of options for things to take and put on top of your deck. We are going to take the land.
Ooh. I
Take the
like
Boggart
this.
Trawler. Yeah. Always fun. Maybe Chris just won't throw a third land.
Keeps you off of Bombardiers next turn at the very least, which I think the preference for Chris is to play the Recruiter, but it at very least punishes the 3-mana.
Yes. Looks like Chris Soul Ring. So
Never mind.
That's a pretty good one. And we are going to see.
Oh, it's a 3-mana spell.
Oh, I believe this is the Lord, maybe? Or is this a new one that makes goblins? It's a speed one. Yeah. It's has our favorite mechanic.
Oh, is it House Squad heavy?
Speed. This is House Squad Heavy.
I was right.
A new goblin. It's it's kind of like another Rabble Master. They've played a lot of these cards. However, it is going to be lightning bolted there. Still, 3 damage there. 2 from the 2-drop, and then another one from the Death Trigger.
Yep.
Doing pretty well. Coming across with more and more damage each time.
Goblins to me reads like this is going to be, it's going to endeavor to be very fast, very aggressive.
Yeah, though, surprisingly resilient now with some of the new cards, the ability to play longer games. Johnny going to come down, very powerful 2-drop.
It's like a cat. Look at that cat. That looks like a nice cat. And Moonshadow. We saw a bunch of this card in round 1 earlier today.
Yeah, this is a sort of unassuming 1-drop, but it gets big really fast.
We need to add House Squad Heavy and the Boggart Curse Crafter to our list of standard cards that are seeing play.
Yes, that is true. I don't think either of those are a commander card. I think they're both main set. So
They are indeed the main sets.
many standard cards seeing play here. And now Chris gets to think about all the goblins he could tutor with his recruiter if he likes.
Which one?
So many options. I will say, as the opponent, I mostly just don't want to let their recruiter resolve on the theory that there must be a good pile they can get. Like, there must be something they can do if they just get to pick up their whole deck and stack it. You know?
Yeah, you can sequence Muxus into like Goblin Patron or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of like Goblin Lackey into Noxus. That kind of thing. Ignoble Hierarch. The Mana Dog. This is the reason these Goblin decks always play green.
Yeah.
It's just for a Mana Dog.
For N Mana Dork, Ignoble Hierarch, and then we're going to go into a Broadside Bombardiers. Menace and haste, if it please you.
Yeah. The best Grey Ogre they've ever printed.
Menace and haste. Do you take the moment to use that raid ability? Like, is this
Well,
feels?
the joy of this boast ability is that you don't have to choose until after, like,
You can choose it after combat.
you can do any time after you've attacked. Which means if Red double blocks, you can try and blow the double block out. If he doesn't block, you can do something post combat. I suspect at the very least we will see something get rid of the Ajani. That would be my guess. Also, it comes across for 3 because of the Exalted on Ignoble.
Oh, very good.
The story we sort of see Goblins is almost this like hybrid aggro combo deck. Because it has these pretty reasonable aggro draws like this. And at the same time it is threatening to just Goblin Recruiter and sort of combo-esque drop a whole bunch of goblins in play with the Masters.
I'm gonna read Moonshadow again.
A new card, and also not one you want to make sure you understand properly.
Yeah. You want to make sure you know how exactly it's going to start triggering.
As you said last round, Magic is a game of reading comprehension, especially in Highlander, when I find frequently I end up playing against cards I've never seen before in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, you might feel that way in Commander occasionally. I feel that way in Highlander where someone puts some kind of card down and you look at it and you go, what's an Eclipsed Barrow?
Yeah.
And why are you playing it?
Yeah, it is really something. And so, great they're choosing to throw them, use the Broadside Bombardiers to throw that Ignoble Hierarch at Ajani.
Worthwhile. We'll also get that dice trigger from the
Yeah, it gets another
Bogart
ping
first.
so long as he has remembered it. But now Braden gets untapped, still 11 life, couple of blockers in play. Really wants a removal spell, yeah, so Chris is pointing at that now, and they will.
We'll adjust
Braden will give it
that.
to him. Take that extra point down to 10. Braden really wants a removal spell now. Soul Guide landed in the main.
Interesting. Is this kind of like a nod to all the Reanimator?
Yep, so just a lot of decks using it. We saw Christmas Esper earlier. Just using graveyards, all of the Goyfs, that kind of thing. Even the decks that aren't hard reanimation decks, use their graveyard a lot. Also, it draws a card. So with Lurrus, well, sort of. You can immediately draw a Soul Ring to jump to 4.
Soul Ring is good, but now again we're kind of stumbled a little bit. Oh, what's this? It's a goblin.
It's a goblin.
Yeah, that much I can tell you.
It is a goblin.
Now, if I had to guess which goblin it was,
It's dealt 4 damage to. It's dealt 4 damage to Chris. It's 4-drop maybe? Or a 2-drop and then had an ETB? No, not.
Initial attack spray.
It has haste.
What can't it do?
Yeah. It's made a goblin.
It's not legendary.
Made a goblin token. So.
It's not a goblin chieftain.
So many options. Anyway, there's some blocking going on here.
Play along at home.
I believe this is General Crete, the
It
bulk
is
brain.
not General
No?
Crete, I don't believe.
Oh no, you're right. That's not what that artwork is.
That is not what
It
that
is. Who knows? Meanwhile, it's made a goblin token. The Bomber Bears is going to throw the goblin token that was being blocked by Ajani. We're also going to... No, well, maybe we're throwing the Soul Ring. Soul Ring going upstairs for 3. Then a goblin will die. That'll be another ping. And then damage will come across from the other goblins. And Red's going to pick up his cards. So whatever it was very good.
Just off the top as well.
I mean, that is the thing about discard spells. Can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck.
Terrible. Well, I guess we'll find out at some point what it is. There's only so many options, right?
Exactly. Once we look at every card in Chris's
figure it
deck,
out.
we'll work it out.
Well, let's
Yep.
look at while we're looking at deck lists. Let's look at sideboards.
Absolutely.
Let's
What's
look at
Braden got
sideboards.
to make this better?
What has Braden got?
We're once again going to play this game with Kira. Oh, do you know all these cards?
Oh boy. I
Nice.
like Brotherhood's End.
Yeah, that's a good one. 3 mana sweeper against the aggro deck.
I like Brotherhood's End. I like Duress.
I would not like Duress.
No? Oh, it's
Well, how
yeah,
many
it's not
creatures?
creatures. Yeah, sorry.
There's a lot of goblins in.
My brain's just going every thought sees effect.
No, not quite. The only other one I would maybe think about is Torpor. Depending on how many inches about all the effect.
Yeah.
They probably aren't enough. Most of the goblins have attack tricks. How about the goblin sideboard? How does that look? Which unknown goblins do we have?
Goblin Trash Master.
There's actually only 2 goblins at the sideboard.
And was it Earwig Squad is the other one?
Yes.
Great.
And then honorary goblin opposition.
He's a goblin for now.
Yeah.
In this
Spiritually a goblin.
spiritually he's a goblin. I don't know, to be honest. Again, I'm just looking at Price of Progress being like, if I can't win, neither can you.
Well, also, the goblins deck has a decent amount of basic moves. So potentially...
Oh, was it a mud button?
It was not. We're still trying to find out what this card was.
We're doing you a service. Well,
So many goblins.
there are so many goblins. Few that I know the names of. I think it's a breaches. Difficult to identify
So many options.
card space.
It's my favorite part of Highlander. I like that this deck has a... Oh no, this is very sick. Well...
Was it a? What? It couldn't have been a Goblin Trash Master because that's in the sideboard.
There are a lot of really good new goblins. That's what I'm learning mostly looking at all this. No,
By Jove.
I think I've been defeated. I'm willing to give up on this.
My goodness. There's just so many. We'll find out for you.
Truly, there are. I didn't know there was so many goblins.
I'd like if I'm Chris, like I'd like to bring in I think I'd like to bring in Blood Moon. I just like a
Yeah,
Blood
it's a
Moon
nice
effect.
one. Well, I suspect that probably comes in against basically every 3-color deck in the format.
Yeah.
So that is a really nice one.
Your players first round is at the front or TV. We're doing 4 rounds there. You can play as first of 4 rounds. On TV, thank
I
you.
wonder what kind of
Alright. Looks like players are sideboarded, having a look at their opening hands. So many options. So many
there's
cards.
so
I
many
don't recognize.
options.
This is the joy of Highlander, though. Seeing cards that you've never seen before.
You've never seen them, and you haven't never seen them so much that you can't even recognize the art.
Alright, so Brent's going to lead off on Inquisition of Kozilek.
Muxus.
Muxus. Warren Instigator.
Bogger Trawler again.
Dog Controller. That's probably Champion of the Weird or Taste of Quest. That's some Lorwyn card, and then some really old Goblin. Maybe Goblin Chirogan or something.
Goblin. It could be a Goblin Surgeon. Goblin something. Oh, I don't think it's a Goblin Surgeon. Looking at that art.
Well, it's in the graveyard now, so
It's the graveyard, so it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. Guess the Bale and leave the card on top. Chris found a good one that he likes. Oh no, maybe he's thinking about it. No, we have kept it on top. We have kept it on top. Yeah, it's a black Lowland card in the middle.
Probably, I think it's gonna be Taster of Wares.
Yeah, it's a couple of them. Could be Taste of Wares, could be Champion of the Weird, could be the other one. No, that is Taste of Wares.
It is Taster of Wares.
Yeah. Taste of Wares really, really good. Bring it up for you. Really powerful in goblins. Johnny gonna come down for Braden. Saw this card. Tribal Cats versus Tribal Goblins.
Cats versus Goblins. Who are you putting your money on?
Goblins.
I would agree. I think Goblins. Because I think Goblins and cats.
Yeah, they do seem like, yeah. Well, cats maybe, but probably not like humanoid cats like a Johnny.
Probably not humanoid cats.
But like a household cat, yes.
Yeah.
Do you ever find that weird that Magic has both like household cats and also a Johnny and they're all just cat creature type? It's like these aren't
They're not the same thing.
really the same thing. Goblin Lackey's a really good one.
Goblin Lackey. We are not lacking in goblins at all.
Goblin Lackey, of course, very reliant on ways to help it attack blockers. Sometimes the way is you play it on turn 1.
Yeah. And hopefully they don't have a 1-drop at all.
Yes. One of the scariest things goblins can do is just put one of these in play on turn 1 and say, you got a removal spell or a blocker?
Yeah, there is that Muxus, and there is the
yeah.
Taster of Wares, so it's
Yep. A couple different options.
a couple options.
As is though, with 2 blockers in play, Braden probably feels pretty good about this.
Drawing off the bobble again. Keep track of your bobble triggers.
Whenever I play Highlander, my goal is always just don't forget any bauble triggers. I don't need to win any games today, but as long as I don't forget a bauble trigger, it's a successful day.
If I don't forget a bobble trigger, I will be happy.
Yep. Exactly. Having a read here of a Johnny. A lot of words on that card.
It's also a card you have to read the front end.
Yes. Well, the back is mostly make all the creatures kill everything you control.
Yep. What are we holding open here? For
So many
Braden?
options. Probably all removable.
Yeah.
Slight chance there's an opposition agent. No, actually, that's a lie. There's a Lurrus. You can't have opposition agent.
Yeah. No Lurrus.
So a pile of removal spells is probably what I would expect if I'm in Chris's seat.
Braden does have the opposition agent in the sideboard as the workaround that you just side out, switch Lurrus for opposition agent.
I remember that Chris did.
Oh, sorry.
Honorary Goblin.
It's sorry, it's honorary. I looked at the wrong list again. No, honorary goblin.
No opposition agent in Braden's sideboard.
That would be cheating.
It's not cheating, but as you say, you have to not reveal your look. It's a big cost to side in 1 3-drop and lose your
And you
3-point
lose your
card.
3-point card. What would you do that for? Again, this is why I'm back here and I'm not on the team.
As a long-term Lurrus player, many is the time I wish I could have played an opposition agent. Chris is, so drew the land, so he gets to keep the ball controller in. And now just think about how best to navigate this. We are going to put Warring Instigator in play. That's really threatening. So that's like, basically it's 2 Goblin Lackeys stapled together. Is the easiest way I can describe that.
Ooh-ah. Cool, so now we have 2 of these effects.
And it's been around since original Lore, I want to say.
Zendikar.
Zendikar, even. Of course. Well-known Goblin tribal set, Zendikar.
Norman, what's that? All my goblins came from Zendikar.
I didn't even know Zendikar had goblins, now I think about it.
Yeah. I like the flavor text on that one. Danger, danger! Come out of the safety of your holes. What does it mean?
Here, of course, looking at the Zendikar version, which is not the one we have on screen.
Sorry, that's not the.
I do like this the new one though. There is always a rabble to be roused.
Yeah.
Also nice.
Love that.
Also nice. Now, if you're Braden, you have to feel so good about this.
Oh,
It's turn 4 and you're still at 17 life.
Orcish Bowmasters is going to take out the Instigator.
Yep. Brings a friend with it. And then a really wide board now. At some point we can start to get aggressive with all these
Well,
creatures.
Mardu typically is an aggressive deck, but it's difficult when you and your opponent are both the quote unquote aggro style of deck. Someone is not going to be playing aggressive,
And
right?
specifically when your opponent has Goblin Lackey in play, you want to really err on the side of caution. Because the last thing you want to do is leave one blocker back, they draw a removal spell, and now they get to hit you with Goblin Lackey, and suddenly there's a Muxus and a million other goblins in play.
Yeah,
The game can turn very, very quickly.
yeah. So we're gonna get in. Braden was thinking we're getting in with the Bowmasters, only going to get in with the amassed orcs.
Which is exactly what I was saying. You think about attacking, and then you generally attack with one fewer creature than you would. If you just really don't want to die that way.
Gonna mill Doughty Voidwalker, and then unearth the DRC.
Very nice.
And that is gonna be Delirium on the DRC already because there's
Creature, sorcery, artifacts,
land.
land, yeah. True. Already 1 mana 3/3. Flyer. Pretty good. Pretty nice.
And that's gonna block, now we've got a ton of really good blockers.
Well, we have a ton of good blockers, but the other thing that DRC does is it just kills your opponent.
Yeah.
It's a 3/3 flyer. It actually doesn't block very well because it has to attack. But
It's gonna be, watch out, 6-turn clock. Goblins don't usually fly, is the other thing.
yeah, well, exactly. And now this Taster of Wares probably going to come down this turn, but the problem is not so much Braden's hand as his board.
It's not what I don't know that you have, it's what I do know that you have.
Yeah. Chris is sitting there thinking, I'm not sure I can beat 2 lands from here.
What's the... I'm not feeling too good, Mr. Stark.
Precisely.
I wonder what these cards are for my chat. Let's take a look. Chris thinking we are gonna play the Boggart Trawler on the land side, and we're gonna bolt it in.
Interesting. So there must be something in those 2 unknown cards there.
Taster of Wares will come down. So we'll get to.
Yeah.
They'll reveal 2. Braden will reveal 2 cards, which is exactly how many cards. Reveals X cards for hand for X the number of goblins. So we'll reveal 2 cards, which Braden only has 2 cards in hand. So it's a Cloud, Midgar Mercenary, and Dismember.
Yeah. Dismember's a pretty nice one.
Dismember is a pretty nice one. I do also like the Cloud to go get a Skull Clamp.
Yeah. Cloud to find Skull Clamp, especially when you have an Ajani cat in play. Immediately flip your Ajani. We have a red permanent with the DRC as well, so the backside of Ajani is going to start throwing
Start blasting.
lava axes around.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you've convinced me. Might need to take the Cloud.
Might need to take the Cloud. Dismember. Nice.
Looking
Yeah.
very good for Braden, though.
Yeah, Chris
We'll take the Cloud.
very identifiably saying, yeah, okay, at least if you want your... Oh, is it X? Oh, so it goes away forever.
It goes away for a
Bummer.
reason. So, and if it's an instant sorcery, you get to cast it as well. So that's why there's a little bit of interest in taking this Dismember.
Yeah.
Instead, just gonna hold back. Oh, so this is a 3/2, this goblin?
Right. What could Braden have drawn?
And the other thing, of course, that Braden still has this Lurus sitting there. Safely in the command zone.
Ooh. Static Net. Or
Static
Net?
Prison.
Static Prison.
It's a Modern Horizons card.
Static Prison targeting Goblin Lackey.
Yeah, because you have to think there's a good chance eventually what's under there will come back. So you'd rather not put Taster of Wares under there.
Yeah.
And now I suspect you might see some attacking. See the cat and the DRC come across.
Cat and DRC, minimum of 3 damage coming across.
Yep,
Chris can decide if he wants to block the cat.
the DRC will fly. Blocking the cat, sort of fraught because it'll flip the Ajani, and the Ajani just makes another cat anyway. The Chris,
Cats are 2-1s.
they are 2-1.
Oh boy.
The Ajani's a 1-2, the cat tokens are 2-1. Chris, you have to be starting to think, how am I winning this game? And one of the ways might be I just survive to get to 6 mana naturally and cast this nonsense. You know, there's a decent clock in play, but not the fastest ever. Maybe I can do some blocking. Maybe I can get out of this for a few more turns. And we're going to see Lightning Bolt here take out the DRC. Especially with that Lightning Bolt now, you really start to think, okay, well, I take 2 this turn, find another lane after that. You know, we can start to envision working towards this Muxus.
We're going to get closer. Goblin Grandy.
And that will be Luris put into hand by Brazen. A very powerful companion around which he has walked his entire deck.
Worthwhile if you're going to spend 3 mana. Sorry, 3 points.
Yeah, there's a lot of your points, but a really powerful card banned in basically every format.
Yeah, if we scroll down on Scryfall, we can see which ones. Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy makes sense.
Yeah, now unbanned in Vintage, but was briefly banned in Vintage as well. And that's after it got, had its mana value doubled, basically. Torch Courier.
Torch Courier and Runbelt Portmaster as well.
Torch Courier is a really nice one with Goblin, though. Giving
Giving it
haste.
haste, yep.
And we're going to come across... Both getting pumped by Runbelt Boardmaster, of course. Which is a really nice Boardmaster. Which does a lot.
Really good card advantage. As usual, red just exiling things. You can play it until end of turn. There's goblins. You can play your goblins.
You can.
Pay another energy to keep the static prison around.
Yep. Usually not too many ways to reduce energy in the Mardu decks. Maybe a 1-2 is usually the other one.
Maybe Guide of Souls.
Guide
There
of Souls.
is one.
Guide of Souls is usually
There
the
is
other one.
one. Yep.
We are going to see the Luris put into play this turn. Lots of options. There's a Bauble, there's a DRC, heaps of things to get back.
There's a consideration to you getting the bauble and holding the Blood Crypt up so you can dismember something. But
That is an option, yeah, sure.
but
And
you
that
could
is
also
probably.
get the DRC in.
But putting a 1-1-3-3 in play, also very appealing.
So what would you target right now with a dismember?
I think it has to be the Boardmaster.
Lord, yeah.
Yeah, it's adding 3 power to the board. It has the potential to be a lot more. It makes removing anything else quite annoying. Okay, land there for Chris. So now we're getting closer to that Muxus. Just gonna pass. Again, just trying to stay alive. Try and draw this 6th land.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Muxus was 6 mana.
Well, that's because it's not cast very often. Mostly getting cheated into play with things. Goblin Lackey, Warren Instigator. There's a brief period several years ago when Muxus was first printed, but Goblins was the best deck in Historic.
Yeah,
Goblins mirrors are really something. It's a lot of just trying to turn 3 Muxus each other back and forth
yeah,
and hope that your Muxus is better.
yeah. That you hit better.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. DRC gonna fly across.
3 damage coming across in the air here. It's a clock. It's not the fastest clock ever. The Luris is really going to grind out a lot of card advantage, but you have to be worried about that Muxus if you are in Braden's seat.
We have a new drawn cat warrior. And he's got a sword in his mouth.
As it should. It is a warrior.
Yeah,
So
it's a warrior cat. Did you ever read Warrior Cats?
I didn't know.
I did. It's actually such a good series.
Braden's going to take a look at the top card of Chris's deck. Chris gets to do the fun mind game of trying to read to opponent from their facial expression
You
to
just
work
have to-
out whether it's a land or not.
What's your strategy? Do you like make like a really exaggerated face to like try and like, psych them out?
You know, I haven't been, but maybe I will now.
Or then do you just go like you start making like,
Yeah.
that's bad, or what? Oh my god. Or do you have to do like the absolutely no emotion, like
Just stone cold.
just stare at
Yeah,
it and go,
emotionless, yeah.
okay.
Chris draws. I suspect it's not a land because that probably would have hit play already.
We have changed our cat warrior for another cat warrior.
Well, that's an official cat warrior, yeah.
This is an official cat
I miss the
warrior.
kitty. I'll say it.
Miss the kitty. Ooh, Draconautics Engineer.
That's a pretty sweet one.
Well, so it wasn't a land off the top for Chris, which is probably a relief for Braden.
Yep. Meanwhile, Braden also added a Dark Confidant to his board.
Yeah.
So this is a very wide board. But doesn't really want to attack because doesn't want to trade with creatures while Runvelt Boardmaster is in play.
You will be able to like pay full price for that Dismember if you wanted to. Like you would have been able to
Yep.
not pay the life.
It's an option. Goblin Lackey going to come back into play with the Static Prison gone.
Welcome back, Goblin Lackey.
Good luck getting through this board. 1/1 creature with no evasion. Now the fun thing about Static Prison is you can recast it with Lurrus.
Wow.
And now you can exile something else.
That's awesome. What are you taking?
Runveld Hordemaster. Although
Yeah.
Draconex Engineer is also threatening to make a dragon next to him. Just quietly.
Very nice. More Static Prison.
Yay! So this Draconex Draco Nordics Engineer is also threatening to make a 4/4 Dinosaur Dragon and block the DRC next turn if we don't draw the land from Noxus. Looks like brief judge call. Braden here having forgotten his Dark Confidant trio, which is a complicated one because sometimes it's beneficial and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, sometimes it's cool. You see a prismatic ending and you're like, awesome, it's 1 mana. And then sometimes it's a Death Shadow and you die.
What Death Shadow cost you?
Shadow's Mortality? The one that's
Yes.
like 15 minutes?
Well, the thing that commonly you see is Lauren Reveal.
Yeah. Then you take 5.
That's really so. Normally, Dark Confidant in Lurrus decks is quite good because your curve is naturally low. But I have flipped Lauren Revealed a few times, and that sucks.
Yep.
And
Bob seems very good in a deck like this where it maxes out at 2.
yeah,
And so you're, at worst you take 2 damage, and it seems very reasonable to have done that
yep.
on a Bob. And everyone, the gang is getting dirty.
Well, now that the Rundown Hordemaster is gone, we're not going to get extra cards off creatures blocking. So it looks like maybe some trump blocking going to happen here. 3 damage from DRC, a couple from the Cat, a couple from Bob, 1 from the Bowmasters. The Braden has said, okay, it's time to end this game before you find that 6th lane.
Because with each passing turn, it just gets the Muxus clock is ticking.
Correct. Every turn you roll the dice on whether there's going to be an untapped land on top of the deck. Draconoix Engineer here going to activate to put a +1/+1 on counter on itself. Become a 3/3, get the clean block off on Bob. It looks something like 6 damage coming across. Still that Dismember in hand that could be cast.
Still have a Dismember, and unfortunately this spell, because like Muxus is an enter the battlefield effect, by the time like you can respond with a Dismember, you still have the trigger on the stack. So it's not as though
Yeah. You can deal with the 5/5s so you don't die to it, but they're gonna spin the wheel, put some cards in. Dismember.
Dismember on the cat token, it looked like.
Yeah, so what's happening here is dismember the cat token, flip, get a Johnny, make a cat, and shoot you for 4.
Very nice.
The rare, yeah, kill your own creature. We will bring up the back of a Johnny there. Doesn't happen too often. It usually spells the end of the game if the backside of a Johnny is in play. So that 0 there, going to replace the cat token, make another 2/1, And then because the DRC is there as a red permanent, we get a bolt. Well, not a bolt, better than that. 4 damage, equal to the number of creatures you control. And that one can go upstairs and finish off Chris. And we're headed to game 3.
The text of any target always good.
Yeah. So
Going to game number 3. How are you feeling in this spot? I'm a Mardu enjoyer. I enjoy the Mardu decks. This is a slightly different version as well. I know there was a period of time that Braden was messing around with like the Arabella Delny builds to try and play uber aggressively.
we've also seen bigger builds of Mardu going up to things like Deadpool, those kind of cards. There's a lot of ways to build Mardu. There's a lot of really good cards in those 3 colors.
Yeah.
This seems like a slightly more aggressive bent, which is interesting. I love the Goblin stuff though. It has some really, really powerful starts. And then surprisingly good sort of fair interactive long games.
I do enjoy a deck as well that you don't get to see very often in Highlander.
Yes.
I love it when someone pulls something out they've worked on and teched a deck, and you get goblins.
I would say both of these players are somewhat, I would say, deck specialists. Braden known for playing all flavors of Mardu, sometimes with splashes, and Chris very much a Goblins player. It's very cool to see that sort of specialization of players, which is really cool. Obviously, last year we had Richard on Storm all year, taking names. We saw Kyle really play a lot of Demir decks. He's here today playing Esper. So it's quite cool to see players who really get to know their deck inside.
Well, so from our top 3 players from last year's Open Series were Richard, Owen, Michael Billinghurst, and Kyle Gibson. Richard and Kyle, for the main series, not for the Invitational, but for the main series, played the same deck the whole year.
Yep.
They played Storm for Richard and 8 Pointy Mirror for Kyle.
Yep.
Michael played 6 different decks.
Crazy.
Throughout the course of the year. Played Walks, played Boots, played Esper, all kinds.
I think one month he played a band control deck with more 5-drops than I thought was possible to play in this format.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Like, it's so interesting, like, the conversation to be had around something like consistency, where you have, like, your evergreen decks and your Grixis and your Juns and your lands and your Walks and your Storms that kind of are known to be good. They've been teched really well. They've been refined very well. And you know that they're reliable, and you can just pick them up and go to an event, and Grixis will do, middlingly well if you don't know anything about the deck other than tech.
Yep.
Whereas it's really fun to see kind of the one tier below that, where you have kind of your Mardus and your prowesses and your Trons and your bots, and you just, there's a lot happening, and there's a lot of roiling thunder kind of going around
Yes.
where, the pace of the game can change very much. It's very exciting. I love this one. I think it's very, very fun.
That is worth noting. Our players running low on time. About 5 or 6 minutes left in the round. Our players
Ruh-roh.
have always a time extension in the feature match area, but we're not sure exactly how many minutes that is, but certainly running low on time.
Yeah.
Which both these decks are capable of winning very fast. So certainly not the be-all and end-all, but they will have to be alert. Once more time here to start off from Chris. His wonderful free spell. One of, I think, 2 green spells in this deck. And only technically green, because you really don't want to be spending mana on it.
Yeah. This is a great moment as well. You can choose to land, creature, what's the other?
Yeah, it's so flexible. It does everything you want, really. And it will be a Goblin Ringleader reveal. That's a really nice one in these sort of grindy matchups. That's your go-to card advantage Goblin, I guess. Or one of. Polluted Delta, and just a pass. So no 1-drop, no lackey. And I'm sure Braden will breathe a sigh of relief.
Yes. Stalactite Stalker.
Yeah, this one's a goblin.
This one is a goblin, and it's kind of Moonshadow at home.
It really is. Yeah, this is Moonshadow from before we had Moonshadow.
Yeah, because it is, believe it or not, a 1/1 with Menace.
Yep.
And it has another sneaky line of text that says the beginning of your end step, if you descend this turn with +1/+1 counter on it, Descending was a Lost Caverns of Ixalan mechanic if a permanent card was put into your graveyard from anywhere.
It's very similar. Unfortunately for Braden, didn't have the fetch link, so won't get to grow it on this first team, which I'm sure will be disappointed by. That's always what you want to do. The difference between Stalker and Moonshadow, we've seen lots of Moonshadow. Stalker being limited to one counter per turn and only in your turn really slows down how fast it grows and makes it extra important that you get that first counter the turn you play.
Yeah, getting to have a 1 mana 2/2 on that turn, really important.
Even so, still important for Braden to start putting pressure in play, especially with the time ticking down, but just in general. Goblins has so much card advantage if you give them all the time in the world. It is important that Braden has pressure. That's it. I'm sure Braden also would have loved to have started with a discard spell, try and break up Chris's hand. Chris kept this hand for a reason, and it didn't have a 1-drop in it, so you have to assume there's something good coming over the next couple of turns. Also notably left on top of the Surveil with that Raucous Theatre, so found another card he likes. If I'm in Braden's seat, I'm definitely worried
Big player
about
was
what's
coming
going to happen in
around,
the next couple of
for
turns.
Highlander.
Tiger here.
Ooh. Looks like a land to me, not a tiger.
Sorry, this is Goblin Trophies. No tigers here.
Oh, Soul Ring.
Oh,
You know what? This could be a Bombardiers.
that would be pretty good.
Do it. Blood Moon, I was right. Let's go.
Interesting. I like fetching the tiger and then putting Blood Moon in play. And notably, we saw, Braden no fetch lands. Now has to look at his hand and work out how many more of these spells can
I
go.
cast?
I'm seeing a lot of white spells in the hand.
I was gonna say I see a Swords to Plowshares, a Static Prison,
Prismatic ending in the
a
front.
Prismatic Ending, a Windswept Heath.
There's a fetch land there. Yeah, an Arrow Mace, I think maybe. In for one. Oh, Basic Plains.
Let's go.
Basic Plains is a really big deal given the hand.
Wait, this is a Final Fantasy Commander card? I am so sorry. It's, oh my gosh, I can't even think of the name of it right now. It is Gao Feral Youth. My gosh. What does that do? Rage. Whenever Gao attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of each end step. If a card left your graveyard this turn, Gao deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Interesting.
That's a lot of
Oh,
words.
but that's a Goblin Recruiter.
Oh boy. Oh boy, this is... Now,
That Basic Plains actually so yummy.
Basic Plains is the only thing giving Braden a shot.
Oh, and that's also an Ancient Tomb as well, so that is going to be...
Yes, but under a Blood Moon.
But under a Blood Moon,
That's a
it's
mountain,
not. It's
actually.
a mountain. Sorry, I apologize. There's a Taiga mountain and an Ancient Tomb mountain.
3 mountains in play.
So General Green, Boggart Curse Crafter, Taster of Wares, Mox's
So-
Goblin Grandee.
Generally, what you do with the Recruiter is you go and pull out every goblin in your deck,
Yeah,
and then you work out the order
yeah.
afterwards. And notably, Braden won't know the order of the cards. See all the revealed cards, you don't get to know what order they put back on top.
It's everything. You're hearing all that.
Well, the thing is, you're going to find every goblin, and that way you never draw a land for the rest of the game. You have 5 mana. You don't need lands.
You don't need lands. Well, you need one more land for Hexes.
Well, that's what Boggart Troll is for.
Ah, there you go. There you go. My God.
That's what I would expect. I didn't actually see whether there was a Troller in that pile, but also there might be a land in hand. That would be the other thing.
Also very possible. To reveal all of those goblins.
That's a lot of removal in Braden's hand. We might even see Static Prison on Blood Moon, potentially, to unlock the mana for a couple of days.
True. Relevant. Definitely relevant.
This game not over yet, but Recruiter resolving is very scary from the other side. Never something you want.
Getting to stack and organize exactly what you want in your deck seems good. Feels like if everyone was able to pick out the cards they want in their deck and put them in the order they want them in.
Okay, so we are now in time. Our players had a little bit of extra time, but this is now turn 0. And this is Recruiter, one of the hardest cards to resolve. Here, take this stack of 15 cards and decide what order you'd like them in. And this is one of the most skill testing parts of Goblins, is just knowing all the different permutations and, okay, well, this is the order I want, but if they have 1 removal spell, I probably want them this way. But if they have 2, then that might change it this way. There's a lot of permutations. Turn number 1.
We'll scoot that slightly off to the side. We're going to go ahead and attack.
Yeah. First order of business, combat.
Yeah, good to get in now while there's no goblins on the battlefield. Chris is going to take a respectable 4 and go down to 13.
Yep.
We're going to Prismatic ending on the Soul Ring.
That's really nice. Just cut the mana of Chris. And the other thing is, so Chris has built his goblin pile. He has no lands left.
Yeah,
He's
level
not drawing a
field,
land for the next 15 turns.
and everything's red.
So getting rid of the Soul Ring is a really big deal. We see that there's the land, so would have had Muxus this turn. Really good chance that Muxus was the card that Chris left on top, thinking I'm going to have 6 mana next turn.
I can just dump all of
Yeah, and getting rid of that Soul Ring is huge. I bet this Ringleader draws 4 cards though.
Yeah, something tells me. Yeah.
And
that
so now
would
you see the
be-
pile, right? Think about it. These 4 cards would have been the 4 cards revealed with Muxus and put in play. And so we see the Curse Grabber? Curse,
Like Curse Crafter,
Curse
Taster
Craft.
Wares, the General Crete is the big one as
and
well.
Sling Gang Lieutenant, right? So we would have seen Sling Gang make 4 creatures, plus Muxus, plus Recruiter, plus 3 more goblins, and then every goblin that we throw with Sling Gang is 2 damage. And that would have just been lethal on the spot. But instead, with the Soul Ring gone, we have to put all these cards in our hand. We can't cast Sling Gang. We can't cast the black cards.
Importantly as well, now those 2 black goblins are unplayable.
Yeah, really, probably very hard to cast. So really heads up play there from Red.
Alright, Static Prison on the Goblin Recruiter. Then we're going to go in again.
In for 4. This is Braden's second last turn, so it needs to add more power to the board as well. Looks like we didn't get there. Last turn for Chris. Would probably need... Yeah, difficult to see how we're doing anything.
If
yet.
we weren't in turns, I would say this goes to Braden pretty handily.
Likely, I expect this gal would just keep
Just gets
running
bigger
away
and
with the game,
bigger.
get bigger and bigger.
Is that a Shalik Moth?
I believe this is the card we couldn't identify in game 1. 3-drop of some sort.
Final turn. What can we do?
Difficult to find 8 damage.
Looks like there's a Galvanic Discharge and a Swords.
Yeah, so
There's a Mountain. You can almost get there, but not quite. Like, you're not going to have 8 damage, but you're going to have 6? 7?
yeah, and you have a couple of
Yeah.
little spells, so you remove 2 things. The swords gives back a couple of life. Gonna be a few points short, looks like.
Literally looks like 1, I think. Looks like 1 short. The Slack-Eye Stalker is still a 1/1. The Gal would have gone up to 5 power. So you get 5,
Yeah,
6.
6
You have
points.
2. You're missing 2.
You have to give back a couple of points with the swords as well.
Yeah.
So in the end, not quite able to get there. That'll be a draw. Both players move to 201, still very much live. And that's going to be close to our last round, so I suspect we will be back very soon. Stick around. We'll be back with round number 4 before you know it.